streaming. I think I might be streaming. Hello, YouTube. Hopefully, I'm live. Let's have a look. Am I live? Here we go. Yes, I am live. And
I'm very good at pretending.
turn my sound off.
We suspect
And-
your wife is a German.
Yep, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Is anyone there? 11 people watching. Hello. Hi, yep, everyone's watching. How's the sound? How's the video? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on sound and video. 11 people watching. Hey, Zach from Germany. Hi, yep, everyone's watching. Good morning. Yes, it is. The morning here. What is it? 11 a.m. Saturday. There's going to be a lag. Sorry, I've got a test. Sound okay? Yep, all good. All good, really good. Looks good. Video okay. Feedback? There's feedback? There's going to be a lag. Sorry. No, there can't be feedback. Sound okay? Yep, all good. All good, really. Oh, right. Video okay. Hang on. No, I'll stop this and start again. I think I know what's wrong. Oh, it's a problem in XSplit. So yeah, I'll just, rather than let this one, because this has been recorded as well, rather than just do that, I'll be back in a sec. if you want to actually see, if you want to see what's going on here, here we go. Maybe I can leave it up and show you. Woohoo! I love. Look at that effect. Look at this. It's just, it's gold. Oh, hang on. Where the hell is my cursor? Here we go. I don't know. Somewhere here. Woohoo! I love. Look at that effect. Anyway, if you see under, right down about here, right there, I haven't disabled that. That means that the audio is feeding back from whatever is being played on my PC into the stream. That's probably why there is feedback. I assume, I can't hear it. I could put headphones on and hear it, but yeah, if there's feedback, that's why I haven't disabled that. This is coming from my microphone, and you should be able to see the level there, but this one is not. Oops! Haven't disabled that, so if I disable that, can people please tell me if the echo goes away? So, disabled. Are we good now? Test. Check. 1, 2. It may take a... No, it should work instantly, but there is a delay on the feed. So... let me know, people. There's probably a 30-second delay before I get an answer. It's a bit annoying. I'd love to... Yep, all good. No more echo. All good. Yep. Okay. Sweet. Echo gone. All right. Yep, no worries. All good. No one's complaining anymore. No delay. Yep, echo gone. Fixed. Okay. What I'll do is I'll start the feed again. I'll just start the stream again. So please come back in a second. See ya. Otherwise, it's just recorded and people have to sit through this crap if they just want to watch the Altium draw later, not live, because it automatically records on Ustream. So I will stop it. Bye. All right, are we live? I think we're back live after a little glitch. I'm live streaming on YouTube, and let me call up who is here and who is not. Is anyone watching? Here we go. Live giveaway. We're up. I'm up. It's all good. Please give me another thumbs up that all the stream is working, the audio, the video, everything else. 330 people watching already. Doesn't take much. This is why I love YouTube Live. I don't do it enough. Because it instantly goes out on my subscription feed to everyone. It's fantastic. Well, who is it? I've got, what 390,000 subscribers or something. Not all of them are signed up to receive auto notification via email, but those that are would instantly be getting an email. If you're wondering how people get first, you know, on the comments, on the YouTube comments, that's how they do it. They subscribe, they sign up for email notifications, and if they happen to be watching their email, or they've got a, I don't know, one of those smartwatch things that goes ping when you get an email, then that's how they get in, and bam, within seconds of me uploading a video, I've got 50 people watching it within, like 10 seconds. And they comment straight away. There you go. All right, 141 people watching. It was 300 and something before. What happened? Everyone's bored already. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I am going to draw the live draw the Altium licenses. And if you didn't know anything about it, well, sorry, too bad. I didn't do a video announcement for it. You had to be on the EEVblog forum. I did announce it on Twitter and other stuff. Don't think I announced it on the website. That was a bit bad of me, wasn't it? Yeah, I should have announced it on the blog as well. But anyway, if you didn't follow me on Twitter or not on the EEVblog forum, you wouldn't have known that Altium have given me one Altium Designer 17, the new Altium Designer 17 license to give away. That's worth like a buttload of money. And they've given me 3 Circuit Studio licenses for the new release 1.3. So the new release Altium Designer 17 and the new release 1.3. So thank you very much, Altium, my former employer, for ponying up those free licenses. In the end, it doesn't cost them anything. It's just they generate a license key and they give it to you. But, hey, it's nice of them. And they're worth quite a bit. Circuit Studio's worth like $1,000, $995 or whatever per license, and that's a killer price for that. And Altium Designer, I don't know the current price. It depends on which country you're in, etc., etc. But it's like $8,000 or something like that. It's a real expensive mid to top range package, and it's the one I use. So let's get to it, shall we? For those who are watching this not live, but later, because YouTube does actually save this automatically, which is great. So here we go. Less than 80 watching, 62 watching. Yeah, why is the number of people dropping? I guess they don't care. I don't know. You can ask me questions afterwards. Kind of might morph into a live show. Oops, it's gone up to 69.70. Someone decided to jump back on, did they? No. Yeah, okay. Don't know what happened. It started like 300 something, 500, 119. Hang on, I better actually announce it. I'll announce it on Twitter. Yeah, YouTube did not announce this on my Twitter feed, and it's supposed to. So, I'm live on YouTube. I actually should post it on the forum as well. So excuse me for a second. I'll just post this on the forum as well, because that's where the live Altium draw now. Hopefully, people will watch if they're on the forum. Yeah, I should give advance notice for this. I'm hopeless. I'm absolutely hopeless at doing advance notice. Sorry. But, hey, people turn up anyway. I just want to do it live so that people know that there's no funny business going on or whatever. And as long as I've got a dozen people watching live, they can verify that it was all hunky-dory. So, let's go. One more from Germany. Netherlands. Yeah, it's getting late in the US. I think it's like 10 o'clock or something. Croatia, Denmark. Oh, wow, everyone's calling in. CA, that's California, I'm guessing. Wow. Yep, international audience. 304. There we go. We're back up to 304. Maybe my announcement did the trick. 1,100 thumbs up already. Okay. 309 watching, 1,100 thumbs up. What? What? What's going on? Anyway, all right, here we go. Let's not muck around anymore. Yes, 3 licenses. I've already mentioned what I'm going to give away. So let's give away the, let's go into the Circuit Studio ones first. So, Circuit Studio licenses. I am not logged in to my forum, because if I was logged in, then it would show all admin stuff, like, you know, people's IP addresses and stuff like that. So I don't want to, so I'm not logged in, but it still works. Still works. Anyone can do this. So Altium Circuit Studio licenses, there's 11 pages, I think 25 per page. So pretty good odds of winning this. Pretty darn good odds. So yep, they've got 3 licenses of 1.3 to give away. They're worth about $1,000 each, just under. Well, they said 2.0, but they didn't have 2.0 available, the stuff they wanted to put into 2.0. So they decided to release 1.3. So, but hey, so the one you're going to get is 1.3, I believe. So there you go. The usual contest rules apply. Being stupid and posting twice will get you deleted. Yes, it will. The program I'm using automatically deletes you anyway. This is not a thread for discussion. You must have a decent number of useful posts, and that's to be determined. The winner is tentative that I draw here until I check their profile and see if they're any, you know, if they're just here to enter contests, if they're a valuable contributor, and I will solely make that call. The end date, Dave makes the rules and can break them. Draw is done by the Wobulator program. So let's go. Here we go. So what I do is go, there's 11 pages. Everyone's, who was the last one? Who was lucky last? David. Yes. DeBoer. Don't know how to pronounce that. So yeah, everyone's in. I've locked the thread so nobody else can enter. What I do is I simply go print, and the simple Machines Forum software that I use has every single one of those. So if we go right down the bottom, the last one, oh, my phone's ringing. I'm going to have to ignore that. So you may not even be able to hear that. Yeah, you probably can. Anyway, there it is, the last one down there. Okay, so what I do is I simply save that, save page as, and we'll save that as CS, Circuit Studio. Okay, I'm in the contest thread here. I've got to use, can't use Chrome for this because I don't think Chrome can save to a text file. So I'm using, what is it, Firefox. Anyway, here it is, cs.txt. There it is. So that contains all of the text that was in that page. And I've just written a little program which strips out names, checks for duplicates and stuff like that. And it's the EEVblog contest.exe, source code available on request. So let's go. So all I do is I simply drag that into there. Ta-da! Oh, it's popped up on my other screen. It always does that. There we go. EEVblog contest Wobulator. 269 names found. And, right. Yes, that sounds about right. So pretty good odds of winning. I like this. Found 4 duplicate names. 4 idiots didn't read the rules and entered twice. Anyway, so there, those duplicate posts have been removed. We have 265 names. Doing some random crap to calculate the winner. Here we go. The tentative winner of the first Circuit Studio license is, drumroll, Chris Layson. Congratulations. Well, not congratulations yet. I'm going to search you. Sorry, it doesn't ring a bell offhand. Chris Layson. I'm just searching off screen here for your frequent contributor. 429 posts. No wuckers. I think we have a winner. Yep. No worries. Congratulations, Chris. You will send me an email. dave@eevblog.com. And, well, no, I've got your email. I'll send you an email. No worries. So I better write this stuff down, right? Otherwise I'm going to forget. All right. So Chris _ I can't watch the video again, of course. Chris Layson, Circuit Studio 1, Studio 2, Circuit Studio 3, and AD. All right. Congratulations, Chris. We'll just run it again. Here we go. And if Chris's name comes out again, we'll just redraw it. Because it is possible for that, for Chris's name to come out again. So, here we go. Second one is Macbeth. I don't even think I need to search Macbeth. I know Macbeth. How many posts? Macbeth has got a bucket load of posts, I'm sure. Yeah, super contributor, 2,123 posts. I knew it was a lot. So congratulations, Macbeth. Definite winner of the second Circuit Studio license, worth $1,000. Yoo-hoo! And I think it comes with a year's subscription. Do you get the subscription? And subscription's pretty cheap. It's like $60-70 a year or something. It's pretty good. So yeah, they've priced that well. I told them so. Back in the end. They eventually agreed with me, you know, what, 2 or 3 years later or something, that, yeah, they needed to be under that $1,000 price point to, you know, really stick it to everyone. Let's run it again. Hang on. So, Macbeth. No worries. And, ta-da, the third winner of the Circuit Studio license is Zucker. Good on you, Zucker. I don't think I know Zucker offhand. Zucker is a supporter with 714 posts. So yeah, I don't even need to check. Excellent. So nobody snuck in with, like, you know, if somebody had like 20 posts or something, you know, I would have had to check the individual posts to make sure they're good contributions and stuff like that. But no worries. So are they live? Sorry, I haven't been watching too much stuff going on. I haven't been watching the thread. Do they happen to be watching live? Is anyone going Burko because they won? Anyway. No, these aren't studio license. What are they talking about? Don't even know if Altium has studio student license for Circuit Studio. All right, so now that is all done. We'll draw Altium Designer, the biggie. It's comes with 12 months subscription, I think. Subscription's worth like more than Circuit Studio. Subscription's worth a couple of grand. All right. Yeah, I don't know if it's a perpetual license or not, which means you get the license forever and then it just stops once you're working. I think it is. I think it might be. Anyway, you'll get it for at least a year. All right, what do we got? Altium Designer 17, Marvin the Martian. Here we go. Marvin the Martian is the last one. So we'll simply go save page as, and we'll save that as AD. So, yep, bingo, AD. Okay, here we go. We're drawing how's all the feeds still going? Washington State, yeah, busy. Dave CAD license giveaway. Win a free Dave CAD license. Yay. I actually, seriously, I have looked into getting Dave CAD pads actually made up. I've done a bit of work on this quite some time back and looked at not only just Dave CAD, you know, with like little Dave with my like Dave CAD signature down the bottom. You actually get post-it notes with Dave CAD actually written on them, and that was, I think, that was easy enough. And then I looked at getting you know, grid versions and graph paper, and you know, like, because I occasionally use the ruled, you know, the 5mm square graph paper and stuff like that. And yeah, I looked at getting all these things made, and the problem is paper is heavy. It's really annoying, and I calculated how many of these I could fit in in what sizes, I could fit in standard size envelopes, and how much I could sell them for, and how much they cost me, how much to get them shipped here, etc. And in the end, it just, because I know thousands of people would probably buy it just for a novelty thing, and it just wasn't worth the effort. It was, yeah, like you wouldn't get many. That's the thing. Like, you know, and I felt sort of guilty that, oh, you'd only get a couple of pads and you'd wear them out in no time. But you know, I don't know. Let me know if you still think it's a good idea. But yeah, anyway, the numbers just weren't pretty on it. Would have been a lot of work for, you know, it would have been fun for, yeah, but I don't know. Not as easy as the micro ruler and stuff. You know, something useful. You know, they're useful, but they're a bit of a novelty. So yes, I am doing the new micro ruler. It's almost, I just need to add a few more things and then I'll get it done again. But it is there. I've got it open. Maybe I can show you after this. Maybe live. Where are we? Altium Designer. Sorry, Altium Designer 17. Draw. How long have we been going for? Ages. Sorry. Talk too much. Okay, Altium ad.txt. So these are the people who've entered the Altium Designer 17 contest. This is worth a, oh, hang on. 0 names found. Ah. And the winner is blank. Okay. Oh, it's saved as HTML. Yep. All right. Dot. Save as. Huh? No. AD.txt. Oh, sorry. Silly me. I didn't press print. People are probably screaming at me, Dave, you're doing it wrong. There you go. That's why. There we go. AD.txt. There you go. Yes, I wish to replace it. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're good. All right. That's better. There we go. Yeah, it just didn't know how to handle the HTML. So, and the last one down there was, yes, Marvin the Martian was the last one. So, oh, sorry, I hope you've been able to see the names pop up. I hope my head hasn't been over stuff. All right, what am I doing? Yep. Draw, Dave. Just draw the damn thing. Here we go. See, yeah, this is worth a serious amount of money. Altium Designer license. Wow. Okay, 258 names found. Good odds. Even one chance in 250, 257 is still pretty good. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Now I'm doing some random stuff to calculate the winner. And the winner of the Altium Designer 17 license is... Ta-da! Rydog. Rydog. I can't recall Rydog. So let's check out Rydog. Rydog. Ah, here we go. Rydog is a contributor with only 8 posts. I think I'm going to have to redraw this. I've always said, like, did I even mention in there, like, it'd be like 25, 50 posts or something like that. Sorry, Rydog. I am going to redraw that. Show posts. Nah, that's not enough. Bump. Nah. Too fat. I'm in like Errol Flynn. I'm still... No. No, hello, started work, yeah, no, sorry, that's not, no, I don't think, what does everyone think? Of course everyone's going to say redraw because they're not, they're going to say redraw because, yeah, the problem is I don't have any mechanism to prevent those people from entering the thread. Although I used to have like there used to be like a level, like where I think I set it to like 5 posts originally years back, and just to prevent people even seeing the thread and being able to contribute to the contest thread. But then you couldn't see the whole contest section, so you couldn't limit it to one thread, and it just wasn't fair, because then they couldn't see other contests which I'm not running. So yeah, there was just no way to redraw. When did they join? Right. When did they join? Oh, when did they join? No, maybe I can maybe we can give Rydog something else. Maybe Rydog can win something else. What do you think? Is that fair? Is that fair? So I'll write down Rydog seems genuine enough. Just like the whole idea is that you are a valuable, contributor to the forum, and 8 posts, including one for the thread, doesn't really cut it, I'm afraid. So October 28th, October 26th, October 4th, October 3rd was Rydog's first post. So could have just joined the forum to join the contest, because I think it's been running for October 19th. October 19th I started that. So no, they joined before the contest. They joined, what do I do? Rydog seems genuine enough, but I've always said that's not nearly enough posts. Damn it. Damn it. Give him a free daycare. Give him KeyCAD. Send him a potato. Multimeter. Send him Vegemite. Nah. Tell you what, maybe I'll ship him a multimeter or something. How about that? Okay, let's redraw. Sorry, Rydog. Like, eight posts is not enough. 8 posts is not enough. I'm sorry. It's just not. So sorry, Rydog, you get something else. Maybe Altium will pony up with another Circuit Studio license. Who knows? No, I don't want to put him on the spot like that. I just did. cs.txt. Hang on. 8AD. Here we go. Drawing again. 258 names found. Oop. All right. Like, let's say, like, it's got to be like 25, 50 posts or something like that. So now we have 200. Let's try it again. The winner is Zucker. Sorry, Zucker. You've already won. You've already won the Circuit Studio license. This is turning into a balls up. Surely Zucker has to take the Circuit Studio license and can't be upgraded to the... what are the odds of that? Well, 1 in 250. Most people are going to enter both. So it's like 1 chance in 250. No, 3 chances in 250 odd, because there were 3 previous winners. No, sorry, Zucker. I've already said you've won the Circuit Studio, so we'll have to redraw again. Nope, you don't get upgraded. Sorry. That's just how it works. I'm making the rules. Zucker's probably feeling a bit pissed now. All right, let's try it again. Oh, man. This is balls up, really. How hard is it to give away an Altium Designer license? We now have a contest. It's called a contest. This is not a contest. This is a pure giveaway. Here we go. Oh, stop going off screen. I hope it doesn't go off screen again. Okay, and calculating the winner. The winner is, hopefully, PM Kuto. I don't know PM Kuto either. Man. Really? So many people now. I used to know like everyone on the forum. PM Kuto is a supporter with 56 posts. So that's got to do it. Yep. PM Kuto. Don't know, I won't say where he's from. I've got his details here. They may not be public. But yep, I declare the winner to be PM Kuto. 56 posts is fine. Show posts. Dating back to July 2015. No worry, that's just the first page. Yeah, PM Kuto's been here a long time. 2013, January 2013. No wuckers. Yep. Yep. Oh, it's Pedro. Pedro, there you go. He signs his post with his name. Pedro, good on you, Pedro. There you go. Pedro is the winner of the Altium Designer 17 license. That's a killer. So thank you for everyone who entered. Thank you, Altium, for giving away licenses, even though it ultimately, you know, doesn't cost you anything. It's still a very nice gesture. Because it's not like you would have lost sales. These people might have maybe bought Circuit Studio. You know, anyone who's going to pony up for Altium Designer has already done so. But yeah, thank you very much. Everyone happy? Oh, so PM Kuto. And I'm sure we can find something for Rydog. I feel bad, but he doesn't. That doesn't have enough posts. Hate it when that happens. Maybe I should update my program to strip. No, it can't. I think I looked at that. I looked at trying to strip out the number of posts, but it like your number of posts isn't in there. I don't think. Is it? Where is it? Yeah. See, when you print the page, it doesn't include that info. Whereas if you maybe, you know, I could maybe like if you got the HTML, you could do it because the number of posts would be in the HTML. Look, here's Voxerdam. Come on, one post just to enter the thing. I mean, read the rules, seriously. Another one, Sanjuro, one post. Come on. Unbelievable. Like, they've obviously just saw my tweet in the last couple of days and entered or whatever. And, you know, like, I can't blame them, but come on, you got to read the... How did they get 0-0 for the country? Don't know how that works. Anyway, that country flag thing, that's really annoying because I thought I forced people to select a country at login. It doesn't seem to work properly, and I had a fix for it I installed, and anyway, really annoying. 426 people watching. Yeah, the forum might have rigged. The forum might have an API. I don't know. If somebody wants to, you know, write a better plug-in for something like that, you can do it. You know, you don't need my help. You know, it's just like, you know, well, you'd have to save the HTML. You'd have to go like save as HTML and then, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted a simple program. Print was easy. I just wanted to get names out and then check them later. So that's annoying. I hate it when that happens because your name comes out and, you know, you just, no. But the rules were there. I said an adequate number of posts as determined by me, and 7 doesn't cut it. So, yep. So there were quite a few people in there with, like, you know, there's others with, you know, Wilfred and Atradov, you know, with like 1,000, Easy 24, you know, with 2,000 posts. And, you know, the whole idea is to reward forum contributors, you know, or Tortec at 6,800 posts, you know, stuff like that. You know, really great forum contributors. And that's the whole idea. So, yep. Anyway, that's it. That's the draw. It's all over with. You can load from the web as well. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's going to jump in. I've got bugger all web programming experience. I'm hopeless. What I'm doing now, I'll show you. Show you what I'm working on now. I'll finish the video. Hopefully I'll get a third part 3 of my display Nixie tube display project working. Part 3 I can show you. Hang on, I'll just load up Altium Designer. I'll show you. I'm working on the schematic today, and I'm almost done. I just need to come on. Please stick with me. Takes a while to pop this puppy up. And okay, I've got everyone's name. So, yep. Everyone's good. Hello, Altium Designer. Hello. Here it comes. It's a bit slow to load up. Maybe because I'm screen capturing at the same time. Here we go. There is an update. Oh, no, thanks, but no. I don't want the update. Not right now when I'm trying to show you stuff. So let's... I'll just close a few other projects I had. Makes it all look messy. Save changes. Oh, it's slow as. Slow as. It must be because I'm screen capturing in the background. But wow, that's really slow. No, it's all good now. It's all good. Something. Okay. All right. Stick with me for a second, and I will. All right. Close, 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 close. Don't want all other crap in there. All right. Close. All right. So I will. Here we go. Boom. Can you see that? Yes, you can. There you go. I've got it on a smaller screen. I'm capturing a 1920 by 1080 screen. So usually I'm editing on my 2K screen or whatever, 2500 by something, my big middle screen. But this is the schematic for my Nixie Tube display project. So I've got 8 Nixies there. I'm using, I've switched to, because somebody on the forum, trying to operate the capture window. I'm an idiot. All right. Anyway, I'm now using the T-Pick 6C595 because I actually, by coincidence, I saw this chip when I was doing my DigiKey parametric search. If you watch my, was it the first video? No, second video. Is it? Second video first? I don't know. Whatever. One of my previous videos on it, I actually shot a little clip actually looking at this chip and having a look at the data sheet and everything, and I actually included it in my original edit. And then I thought, oh, the edit was too long, so I went through and took out a couple of things, and that was one of the things I took out looking at this chip, because I thought it wasn't compatible because it's only like 50 volts output, so I thought, oh, that's no good. It's not good enough, it's not suitable, but I thought it was a cool chip anyway, so that's why I sort of shot a little clip about it, but it didn't make the final edit. And then somebody on the forum coincidentally pointed it out and then said, oh, it's got built-in clamps and that limit it to 50 volts. And I went, oh! So I went back to the data sheet, had a look, and sure enough, it actually has output clamps in it. Fantastic, it's perfect. So it's got the built-in 595, it's basically 595, I'm not sure if that's a coincidence that it works the same as a 595974HC595, which I was going to use. I was going to use a bunch of them. I started my schematic actually, I was kind of halfway through my schematic. I was going to use the 595s plus the ULN 2003s, and then I wanted to take a break, so I'll go read the forum, do whatever, and sure enough, they popped up and reminded me that this one has built-in clamps. So thank you, whoever that was. And so I'm going to use that now, and they're only a couple of bucks each. I need 11 of those, and I use every single line, which is very nice, you know. So yeah, so I'm almost done on that. All I've got to do is add a little Wi-Fi module, and I'm going to use one of those 8266s or whatever it is, you know, one of those little Internet of Things Wi-Fi thing, because I want this to be Wi-Fi connected thing. So yeah, it's just got 12 volts coming in and then 5 volts and 3.3, and just a some level translation here from the 3.3 for the Wi-Fi module. So that's all I've got to do now, is just add a little Wi-Fi thing in here, and then I'll just do a little screen capture part 3 video just showing people this. And that's it. That's it. So yeah, I'll do that after this. I'll work on that. Yes, I am here working on a Saturday. How sad is that? I went to sports this morning for Sagan, helped set up. So I was there at 6:30 or something, and helping set that up. And came here, went to the gym first. So I'm all a bit smelly from the gym, but you know, doesn't matter. No one here to bother. So, and that's it. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to do for the electric shaver plus Wi-Fi. ESP32 has Bluetooth. I know. Look, there are... NXP do a similar... oh, I didn't know NXP did a similar... Yeah, Mike. Hey, Mike. That didn't... The NXP one didn't show up in the DigiKey parametric search, but yeah, it looks like it is kind of Jelly Bean-ish. A couple of manufacturers... I'm using the TI one, I think, but... So TI and ST do it, and now you're saying NXP... do it. They're probably all pin compatible, and they're available in C, A, B, C, D versions or something, and there's slight differences between them and things like that. So yeah, I'm using the C version, I think it is. So I'll just go through that in the video and stuff like that. Yes, so I'll just add a little Wi-Fi. I won't tell you. Some people have guessed what the final thing I'm doing is. But yeah, it might be fairly obvious. But anyway, yeah, you'll see that in the final video. The whole idea is that I build up to this. Like, I could have just done one video at the end, but I kind of, like will do, like, the final video will be, here's my final solution, and check out my previous, 5 videos if you want to see how I did it step by step. And yeah, and a good thing is I don't have to do any software. Can I zoom out this chat? Pop out chat. Can I pop out the chat? Sorry, I'm just, here we go. Hey, live chat, look at that. NXP sucks cock. Tell us what you really think. NXP free. Oh god, yeah, everyone's bought out everyone else these days. It's just right. I can't keep up. I cannot keep up. Every week on the amp hour, we could. Chris and I joked, and it really wasn't a joke. We could do a podcast every week or every second week, or whatever, of just industry mergers and stuff like just commenting on the latest industry mergers. It's just. I don't know if we've missed the boat, because there's been so many of them now. Sure, it's got to be a diminishing returns kind of thing. It can't go on forever. Anyway, where was I? Yes, we've now got comments. They're probably completely out of sync to... Oh, no, they won't be out of sync. They will be completely in sync to what I'm seeing because I'm capturing the screen. Love the amp hour. Thank you very much, Creature. That's the correct pronunciation. Do a podcast. Yeah, we could have. There's so many mergers. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I do like this little CPIC 595 thing or whatever, the PIC-C, T-PIC-C 595. It looks like it's made by several manufacturers, so it's kind of jelly beanish. All right, thanks for that, Mike. I'll check out NXP. Actually, NXP. What is it? T-PIC C 595 or whatever. 6C 595. Found a mouser. 6C 5. Oh yeah, there we go. TI, ST, NXP. Yep, NXP have one as well. Ooh, that looks like it's available in a wide package. That looks like wide package. I better be careful there because I think I'm using the narrow, SO narrow. So anyway, yeah, it's made by a few manufacturers. So there, hopefully it's, and they're in stock. There's tens of thousands of them in stock. It's great. Yeah, I love it. Nice chip. So I'm definitely going to use that. But as somebody else pointed out, how much does the Altium 17 license cost? It depends on your country. I think it's like 8 to 10 grand or something US. It's a lot. It's a lot. I can remember, I've said this before, I mentioned it before, I can remember the day. I can remember the day it was in the old Altium office at, not French, yes, French's Forest, because they moved from French's Forest to Belrose. And not hugely long after I started, but French's Forest, I think I spent about 9 months at French's Forest before they moved to the new intergalactic headquarters at Belrose, before they abandoned that and moved to China. And now it's an empty shell, and they had to pay for like 5 years worth of lease. Oops. Yeah, that went well. Anyway, I remember the day. Can somebody ban some of these people? Seriously, God, what is it with commenters? Unbelievable. And yes, the giveaway is done. People just tuning in, going, "Yep." Anyway, where was I? Telling a story about Altium. Yes, I can remember the day. Not the exact day, but I can remember it visually. They called us all into the canteen, and Nick Martin came out and gave the announcement that we're slashing the prices, because Altium had gone to like $12,000. It had crept up and up and up, and it was like, I think the last price before this thing was like 12 grand. It was getting stratospheric, and they decided, nope, we're going back to low-cost tools, and they slashed it by like 75%. It dropped down to like 2.5, 3 grand or something overnight, and it pissed off a lot of previous customers. Imagine if you bought it the previous day for 12 grand, and then the next day or the next week or the next month they drop it by 75%, and not just a sale. This was like permanent. And I can remember Nick saying, using the line, we've burnt our bridges. We cannot go back to high price tools. And I'm just sitting there with a smirk going, oh yeah, we'll see what happens. In a year's time, I bet you're back. And anyway, apparently not everyone in Altium was happy with that decision. I think that was the CEO. Nick Martin was not the CEO at the time. I think it was the chief operating officer or something. But yeah, Emma LaRusso was CEO. I don't think she lasted much longer after that. So I don't think she was a big fan of that move. But I could be wrong. I don't know the internal politics. But anyway, rumour has it that, not everyone was happy with that. But the customer loved it. Well, some customers, unless you bought it. And yeah, plummeted 75% slash. And, yep. Anyway, that was interesting. And it slowly creeped back. I think it lasted 6 or 9 months before it started creeping back up. And now it's back up. Within a year or two, it was back up to like 8 grand or something again. But that was funny. Yes. Altium. Such a fun place. And yeah, it reminds it, was at the same time as their big marketing push for turning the world of electronics upside down was their slogan. That was hilarious, and that was one of the, apart from moving to China, that was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. They made PCB design optional extra. Optional extra. Like, because they genuinely had this vision that, because I was in the hardware group, they had this vision that, people would not be designing custom electronics anymore. That'd be like a niche thing. Everything's going to be modular. Everything was going to be modular. And, why would you want to lay out your own board? That's only for advanced people. So we'll make PCB optional extra. And that's when they were trying to push the nano board, which I was helping in the group actually designing and getting manufactured and stuff like that. And yeah, anyone could have told them that was never going to work. And of course it didn't work. It didn't work. So yeah, so if you bought the nano board, I think if you bought the nano board and an Altium Designer license or whatever, yeah, you did not get the PCB package. You got everything else. You got FPGAs, you got all the soft core stuff, which is great. The soft core stuff was actually pretty good in Altium, and so was the FPGA stuff. It was pretty good, but it just, to base your whole company around that future was a huge mistake. And yeah, and they, what was I saying? They Yes, you would get all that stuff. So you get all the softcore stuff, everything else, but you wouldn't get the PCB design. You'd get, I think did you even get, I think you got schematic design or something. But yeah, you wouldn't, because you needed schematic design to push into the FPGA cores and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, oh, that was wacko. That was wacko, yes. So that slogan, they plastered it everywhere on billboards, I think. Turning the world of electronics upside down. I think there's a famous photo somewhere of an Altium billboard in Silicon Valley. Or was that a different campaign? I don't know. Anyway, PCB design optional extra for one of the leading PCB tool providers on the planet. I almost bust a gut laughing at that. Anyway, yeah, that didn't work. Neither did the FPGA thing. So anyway, they're back to now solid tools. So there you go. Bit of history, Altium history. It's all public stuff. You know, everyone knows this. It's nothing new. Anyway, so yeah, now they're back focused on PCB software, and they're doing well now. They're doing awesomely. So yeah, it's great. You know, yes, for the last 3-4 years or something, 3 years or something, they've been trying to focus, and they have been focusing on the PCB tools and none of this FPGA stuff anymore. It's great. So now they've come out with Circuit Studio at a great price point, and the free Circuit Maker, which I haven't used Circuit Maker, I don't know, like in a while, in a long time. So I don't know where that's at. I'm not sure what the take-up is on Circuit Maker. If anyone knows, let us know if there's any public numbers or something on that sort of thing. So anyway, could I say hi to my fans in the Dominican Republic? Yes, hi to all my viewers in the Dominican Republic. Awesome. I'm sure there's like 10 or something. I don't know. How big's the Dominican Republic and how big is the tech culture there? Nobody uses Altium FPGA tools. You know, they were really good on the surface, like just like to do demos and stuff like that. They were really, like, it was really pretty cool tech, but it didn't solve, you know, real everyday engineering solution problems. So hardly anyone used it. And they bet the company on that. For 10 years, they were trying to push FPGAs of the future, and it just never happened. What are the electrical engineering job prospects like in Australia? Not orders at several orders of magnitude less than the US. I mentioned the Discman D88 teardown. Yeah, have I got one of those? Have I done it? I think I've done a Sony Discman teardown, haven't I? Did I get one? Anyway, where was I? Australian stuff. I mentioned this on the, I pointed this out on the Amp Hour. I think in Silicon Valley at the time, this was like a year ago or something, I think, was it just TI or somebody, just one company in Texas, in one state, had more tech jobs, engineering jobs advertised from that one company in one state than was on, I checked, was on all of Australia. So if you type electronics engineer or something, you know, into Australia's biggest job search engine, there were more jobs at one company in one state in the US than they were in all of Australia. So that's how many orders of magnitude it's out. But no, you can always find a job here. No problems if you've got the talent and you know, stuff to show off. You'll always get a job. I never had any fear of not getting a job. None. Yeah, Circuit Maker and their community-driven library. Yeah, I'm still. Circuit Maker is. Yeah, it's hard. On one hand, hats off to them for absolutely giving it away, for saying here is a high-end, you know, a pretty decent, you know, not high-end, but you know, middle. You know, you can do pretty advanced boards. There's no limitations in it. Giving it away for free And basically there's no component limitations, no layer limitations, no other limitations whatsoever. So you could do, really advanced boards with that if you really wanted to, and it's free. So hats off to them for that. But, I mean, I think the 3-tier structure is wrong. I think it's wrong. They should only have 2. They should have Altium Designer, and they should have, I'm of the opinion they probably should have had like a stripped down Altium Designer. I liked the old way Altium used to sell their software. It was when it was you bought the package and then ordered what you wanted, right? So you via license key or whatever. So if you wanted, like it came with, so if you wanted auto routing, you bought auto routing. If you wanted simulation, you bought simulation. If you wanted this, you bought this, and you could just pick and choose what ones you wanted to buy. But I can understand the ribbon interface that they wanted. Altium Designer is not the easiest package to use. It's quite quirky. It's good once you know it, but it's there, for a beginner to come straight into it. Nah, I might do a video on that because I tweeted, there's a thread on the forum about this where I hadn't used the latest versions of Altium. The last one I had a license to was Altium 10. So I've been using Altium Designer 10 for all this time up until now, but Altium just finally gave me an Altium 16/17 license. And I jumped straight from Altium 10 to Altium 16/17, and I thought, with all this supplier integration stuff they've got, it'll be fantastic. They'll have all these libraries, and I've seen, video demos of stuff, and it looks impressive. And they were kind of sort of started working on that sort of thing when I was still working there, like 5+ years back. But I thought, surely 5 years later it's going to be brilliant, because they bought, was it Fine Chips? Octopart. I think they bought Octopart, didn't they? And, all that sort of stuff. So all this supplier integration. They had DigiKey, Mouser, Farnells, all the supplier integration. And I thought, great. So I installed it out of the box, placed part. There's like nothing. There's no parts installed by default. It's ridiculous. It's maddening. So I thought, I've documented all on the forum thread with screenshots and everything. And so, it's in the vault, the Altium content vault. No, there's no info about how to sign in about that. It's not enabled by default. So a beginner who, might be well off, they fork out for Altium Designer 17, load it up. You can't even place a part. All you get is the same 2 little pissant generic libraries that you got 20 years ago. I mean, that's how they're 20+ years old or something, mostly through-hole stuff. And that's all that's installed by default, and it's maddening. Why? I mean, the Altium Vault has some good stuff, but it's quirky, but Altium do have good libraries, but then you have to go manually to the website to go into there and search for and then download separate zips and then unzip them, and they've got some good stuff. They didn't have this CPIC, the TPIC C595 thing that I'm using. They didn't have that. They do have extensive libraries, and I don't mind them, but just the way they do them, and by default, is awful. And it's a real shame, because it's something that I sound like I have a cock in my ass. High-pitched screaming voice. Yeah, well, get over it. Jeez. Complain about my voice. Why? Anyway, I live in Sydney. Anyway, so that's enough about Altium. Anyway, it's a shame. It was a real shame. I loaded up. I had high expectations at Altium Designer 16 and 17, and they haven't fixed it in 17 either. So when you first load it up, nothing. You've got to, I know it's a professional package, and I'm a former professional PCB designer, full-time PCB designer. And, you spend you have your own library system in your company and all that. I understand that, but it should work out of the box, and there's no reason why it can't. Absolutely no reason. They've got millions of parts in their libraries on their website, and you can't just place part and access them installed by default. It's maddening. Maddening. So, yeah, I what is my job? This is my job. This is my job. I sit in a lab or an office here and I kind of sort of make occasional videos. That's it. That's all I do. Okay, I'm going to might have to start banning a few people. Yep, can we ban a few people? How do I ban people? How does that work? Yeah, people in the comments. I mean, freaking give me a break. Okay. Remove block user. Yay. There we go. I can block people. I like this. Block user. Yep. One of the joys of YouTubing is social media. Being a social media person is blocking people. It's one of the one of the major joys. I didn't know this, but if you make somebody a moderator in your YouTube comments, they can moderate like YouTube comments across all your videos, across your whole channel. I didn't know that. It's really yeah. God, what are some people? Anyway. Have I tried Tango PCB back in the day? Oh, I think I did. Geez, that was Altium ended up buying Tango, didn't they? Way back. There's a lot of history behind that. A lot of history. Merry Christmas. Oh, go away. Jeez, what? December 3rd. Yeah, Terrible Fire. Yeah, I think if you make somebody a mod, they can like moderate comments across all your videos, I believe. You're listening to me while routing. Oh, geez, I accept no responsibility. What suburb do I live in? Balcombe Hills. Hills District. Big suburb, huge suburb in Western Sydney. AutoCAD Electrical. I have no idea about AutoCAD Electrical. Haven't looked at it. I noticed Altium's got this new Draftsman thing. I want to check it out. I think it comes pre-installed. I loaded it up and it, boop, up it came. Because I've done a lot of drawings in Altium Designer, like in the schematic package. It's not designed to do that, but it's just a nice, easy grid-based system that I was familiar with. And over the years, I've done a lot of, real dumbass, simple type drawings in there. Or if I want to dimension stuff, I'll do it in PCB. And, I can, because it has the dimensioning tools and stuff like that. It draws the arrows with the dimensions and stuff and the snap grids and everything else. And, but they've got this new Draftsman tool. I don't know if they wrote it themselves or they bought it from somebody and integrated it. But, yeah, that looks rather exciting. Can I make a new $70 multimeter shootout? Why $70? What happened to David 2? He doesn't like being called Dave. He's still doing occasional stuff for me, but he's too busy with uni. And he's got other jobs. He's got his own company on the side doing stuff, and he's just that's happened twice now. I've hired 2 students to do stuff, and who would have thought that they're too busy being students to really work a lot of hours? Yeah, so Dave, I haven't seen David 2 for a while, but he's done some 3D modeling and stuff for me for a thing I'm working on. So, you know, he's still doing stuff. But yeah, no, he doesn't come into the lab anymore like he used to when it started. That was the idea. He'd sort of like hang around for the lab for a couple of days a week and stuff like that, and it worked for a while, but yeah, it's really hard. And yeah, just uni just drags them back, and they're so busy with stuff. So, yep. Oh. Why do I sound more American than Australian, but your son and wife don't? How do I sound American? Why, like, because I say math instead of maths? I thought if you ask any American, they don't, you know, they go, oh, the Australian accent, holy shit. You know, like, I didn't know I sounded American. Sagan sounds English. That's because he was brought up watching a lot of English shows on the ABC, like, you know, cartoon kids type shows. And yeah, so he sounds English. And that's why. Apparently that's very common here for kids to now grow up sounding a bit English because they watch Peppa Pig or whatever, you know. So yeah, it's really interesting. Probably because I'm not a bloody Queenslander. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, it's not like I say aluminum. Like, I can't even do an American accent. Like, if I try, I can't do accents of anything if I tried, but, yeah, I don't think I sound American. I don't know. Maybe in some things I say, because I've had a lot, you know, over the years, a lot of influence, maybe. Because we get so much American television, American content here. You know, it's so that wouldn't surprise me if a lot of stuff like that. You know, things like saying math. I prefer to say math, whereas in Australia here it's maths. See, it's like I can't say that even properly, so that's why I just gave up and just say math. Math without the S, maths here, and that's just too convoluted for me to say. So, yeah, I just don't like it. So there's, you know, a lot of American terms and interchangeable terms, you know, route and route, you know, things like that. Most of my viewers from America. The largest number is from America, but not the majority. A lot of people think the majority of my viewers are American. That's not the case. It's about 20%. Of my audience, depends on where you get your metrics and over what time span, 20 to 25% tops are American, Yanks. So, yeah, it's not the majority. People think, oh, you know, you should be kinder to Americans. They're the majority of your audience. Well, go away. They're not. They're the largest number, at 20%. The next largest is Australia at 10. Well, no, I think UK at 10%. Canada's probably 10%, Australia 10% or 8%. You know, Canada's probably 8% or something, and you know, so yeah, those Germany's about 8%, something like that. So there's a lot of others around about the 10% mark. So America is the largest number, but not the majority. So, yep. Whew. Anyway, what's the time? Oh, 12:15. Lunchtime. I have to go eat lunch. Like my poster behind me, that's the chart of the electromagnetic spectrum. Focus. Go on. Anyway, it's very cool. It's very cool. Belgium. Yeah, Germany's right up there. Apparently because I've been told that Germans can understand the Australian accent, even a fast-talking Aussie accent like mine. They can understand the Australian accent much better than they can understand English, for example. Apparently they have a hard time, not sure if anyone can confirm this, any Germans can confirm this, but they have a hard time understanding an English accent. even if it's spoken slowly. They can understand, for some reason, Australian accents are easier for them to understand, even a fast-paced one like mine. So, yeah, I think I've had that confirmed a couple of times, but it's probably not universal. Germany's sleeping right now, yeah, probably. Is YouTube lucrative enough for me to make a living only doing the blog? Yes, it is. This has been my full-time job for 5 years, 5.5, over 5.5 years, I think. Wow, crazy. Yes, I was one of the, back when I went full-time, I think I went full-time when I only had 10,000 subscribers. 10,000. It wasn't many at all. And there's no way. Even I only just make enough money now after 7.5 years of doing this, doing YouTube with 390,000 subscribers and 100,000 views a day or something. Only now do I just make enough money that I could make a reasonable full-time living from YouTube. Just from YouTube, if I had no other income, as is very common with a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers have no other income streams. They just have the income source itself. So that's why they'll do Patreon and other stuff, because they've got no other income streams. And I said it before in a talk I did. It's an old talk, a couple of years old now, but it's up on my channel, second channel, somewhere, and you need about 100,000. Like I said, I get about probably 100,000 views a day or something every day, continuous, because I've got 1,000 videos up there. People search for stuff. About half my views come from search, and about half come from regular subscribers. So, you know, search is very important to have that content up there searchable. 100,000 views a day, just enough to earn enough income from it. And it's, numbers aren't secret. It's, $1.50 maybe CPM might be an average figure. It varies, cycles through the year and other stuff. And many YouTubers are similar, even your big ones, your Phil DeFrancos and other, big channels and stuff like that. They've, confirmed similar CPMs. So it's no secret. So that's cost per mil. A mil means 1,000 views. It's an old advertising term. So, cost per 1,000 views. So $1 for 1,000 views. It's probably less than that, actually. It's probably under if you do your whole channel wide and everything else. If you get 100,000 views a day, it's what? 100,000. So it's 100. Times, say, $1.50 a day, you might get $150 a day times 365 days a year, 55 grand a year or something. That's what an average YouTuber might earn, or you can expect to earn. If you're not in a network will take a certain percentage of that, but they might get you a higher CPM, so they claim all that sort of crap. I'm not with a network. That's, So now, the wife expects me to make more. I was a professional engineer. I got paid professional engineering wages, and she didn't want me to earn less just because I was doing this YouTube thing. So it was only after I showed her that, I had all this extra income coming on the side, doing other stuff, selling other stuff and things like that. Merch, projects, Patreon, donations, everything else. When you combine everything together, yes. I've been making a full-time living of this for 5.5 years. So it's really cool. $1 CPM is usually the minimum. Yeah, it's around about that. It's $1.50. You're getting $2 CPM. I think you're doing really well. Depends on the type of content you're making and stuff like that as well. Hello from the Minnesotan viewers. So, yeah. Do I believe in solar? What? I've only done like a dozen solar power videos. Go check it out. Oh, geez. Which is the best university in Australia for doing masters in electrical engineering? Couldn't tell you. Maybe University of New South Wales, that is. UNSW, perhaps. I couldn't really tell you. Please do Fundamentals Friday and Differential Amplifier Design. I kind of done it. Oh, yeah, no, I did a teardown of a diff amp. What's for lunch? No idea. Usually the wife packs me a lunch during the week, like a wrap thing plus fruit. Oh yeah, still got some apples. I've had my bananas. I've had my protein drink, but that's all I've had. Oh no, sorry, no, I lie. I was naughty this morning. I had a bacon and egg roll because I went to Sports to help set up everything early in the morning, and they had a. Then after that, they had a barbecue thing and the bacon and egg roll. Do some more videos debunking audiophile nonsense. No. The reason for that, I've done one audiophile video, and that was just a rant. It was just I didn't prove anything. I didn't calculate anything. I just laughed at them, basically. And you can't debunk it. You can't. I hate to say it, but you cannot debunk audiophile nonsense because their argument coming back is always you have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. And granted, that is it's an unbeatable argument, right? It's a good argument because it's all about, you can set up your microphones in front of your speakers and you can measure your, there's like a few things you can bust, like technically bust by... well, actually, most things you can technically bust, but their argument comes back that you've got to listen to it. It's all about the audio perception, and it's true. Well, these if you pay $5,000 for an audio cable, you will hear the difference. I guarantee you will. Okay, it's your mind. I guarantee you'll hear the difference. All right, so you can measure things. You could, like say, a $1,000 USB cable that connects, a external drive to to playing back MP3s. You can prove, get signal integrity. You can check sums at each end. You can prove that makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. But their argument will always come back. You have to listen to it. It's subtle. You have to, and there's no way to beat that. And if I do that, it's giving them, then they can quote mine. They'll take my videos and they'll quote mine it, and they'll, look, he proved, because when I do debunking, I'm pretty generous. A lot of people think I'm not generous. I don't know where they get that idea. I play, I'm very, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, best case scenarios, all sorts of things, and and they will take that and they'll quote mine it, and I just don't want to give them the, yes, I watch AVE occasionally. I don't want to give them the oxygen. I don't want to give them the airtime, really. I mean, yeah. Pakistan. Wow. Tamboy1 from Pakistan. Jeez. I wonder how many viewers I got in Pakistan. Good night. Hey, mate. Good night, Mohammed. Electronics. Why do I not like Arduino? Why do you do small electronic... What? Who says I don't like Arduino? Why don't you do small electronics projects and tutorials? Why don't I do Arduino tutorials? Well, I'm working on a project right now. What do you think's in the background here? I mean, Jeez. Yeah, so... Okay, we'll just ban someone else. There we go. Block. I love it. What do I think of Nerd Rage's nuclear battery? He's sending me that nuclear battery. He's going to send it to me. That was a very cool video. And I was just going to make my own. And then he offered to send it to me. So, yeah. Oh, you missed the Altium thing, see, Muller? It's all done and dusted. You didn't win. Brazil, Finland, Sweden, Finland, 3 a.m. in Finland. Oh, goodness, go get some sleep. Nothing happening here. Gold-plated fibre optic cables, give me a break. Used to work on fibre optic cables a lot. Used to splice cables and polish them down and measure their performance, and yeah, those were the days. Iceland. Oh, thank you, Doskos. No, I haven't seen John Oxer lately. I've watched his video when he did that thing with the J-Car ripping him off. Jeez, that was shit. That was terrible on J-Car's part. Not sure. I didn't get the follow-up on that, so... Oh, what was that about? Yeah, the P-Socks from Cyprus are pretty cool. They're kind of novel. I've had to play with them. Don't think I've used them in anything serious, though. I can understand why they have fanboys. They're quite novel little chippies. How can I gain confidence working with high voltage projects? I don't know. Don't ask me, I'm the wrong person. I hate high voltage. Anything over 12 volts DC. High voltage. Don't want to touch it. It doesn't, yeah, no. No, not a high power, high voltage guy. I'm a low voltage, low micro power guy. Oh, most challenging job I've ever had. Oh, God, no, I've gone through that before, I think. What? Stephen Hawking died? You serious? You serious? News. Google News. No, Uber kills passenger's husband asleep in Toowoomba driveway. What? Fallen asleep in the driveway and Uber killed somebody. Man killed in Pasco. A few people killed, but no. Are we being trolled? Are we being trolled? Can anyone confirm? Stephen Hawking hospitalised in Rome. Oh, you could be right. That was 5 hours ago. He's 74, for goodness sake. Wow, I mean, you know. But if he's died, that's sad. That is sad. He's hospitalised in Rome. He's in hospital. He's recovering. Okay. Right. He's hospitalised. Hawking isn't dead. All right. Hawking's cool. Although, the thing is, Hawking would not be... Apparently, a lot of physicists say this. Hawking would not be in their top 10 physicist list. You know, he's like... You know, he just hasn't done enough stuff. He's more famous. I mean, you know, he's done good stuff, but not as much as... Oh, the Buzz is in hospital as well. He just went to Antarctica. I follow his Twitter feed. He was just in Antarctica. Yeah, but apparently he's, you know, so he's known for Hawking radiation and Event Horizon stuff, black hole stuff and things like that. He's done, you know, really good stuff. But, yeah, apparently he wouldn't make anyone's top 10 physicist list, apparently. But, I don't know, it's just cool to have, you know, like, you know, it's granted, it's because of his condition in his wheelchair. I mean, it's, you know, it just... sort of makes him, you know, different and cool. Why not ask Dave? Do you believe in aliens? Come on, I mean, I want to believe, but there's no, I mean, you know, it's a not a low, it's a question that requires answer that requires explanation. If you believe that aliens are visiting Earth, you're an absolute loony case. Okay, they're not. But you know, but do I believe that there is, you know, alien life out there? Be that, you know, it could be as simple as a microbe, but of course, it's almost a, like, if you say no to that, I think you're an absolute fool as well. Just the sheer statistics of it say that yes, there must be. There just has to be, you know. So I've got no doubt about that. Just somewhere in the universe there has to be other life. But the SETI thing raises interesting questions. Why haven't we heard anything? You know, we've been listening for, you know, all this stuff's been beamed at us for eons, and we're listening, and we haven't found anything that's remotely, you know. So whether or not, you know, there's lots of schools of thought on this, whether or not it's really rare to get to our state of intelligence where we actually develop technology and can transmit and everything else. That might be exceedingly rare, and I would probably think it is exceedingly rare, perhaps. But exceedingly rare in when you're talking about the universe, you know, or even just our galaxy. Exceedingly rare still means that there could be a million planets, you know, with similar life, similar sort of advanced intelligent life, so evolved life in whatever form. It's probably a similar form to us, but I wouldn't like to speculate, because, you know, it's going to be carbon-based life form, almost certainly. But yeah, anyway, it raises interesting questions. It tells you something that we haven't heard something from SETI, and what that something is an interesting debate. So yeah, I thought it'd be a given that we'd find some signal. I thought that, you know, pretty disappointed that we haven't. Oh God, here we go. Do I think Thunderfoot is too edgy? He's always talking about feminism. He can do whatever he wants. Like, who cares? Like, he produces content. I love his content. I don't watch all of his content. Just like any other channel I watch, I don't religiously watch all their content. I pick and choose what I watch. Some of his feminism stuff I have watched, and it's been funny. That, you know, he's torn them apart, and, you know, like, and some of the stuff, because it's getting really bad these days. You know, all the social justice crap is getting so bad that, you know, it's, you know, it destroyed the atheism movement, which I'm a part of, and, you know, it's terrible. It's terrible. So I don't blame him for taking that on. He just calls out bullshit wherever he sees it, in any form. You know, it's why does he laugh? Why do people laugh at the Creationist part 46 or whatever? He's done, like, I don't know, 40 odd parts or something, and they're hilarious. And I haven't seen them all, but geez, they're good, you know. And if there's bullshit to be had, Thunderfoot will bust it. And good on him. No, I don't think he's too edgy. You know, if you think he's too edgy, don't watch. If you don't like his content, don't watch. You know, or pick and choose. It's the same with my channel. Why people keep saying, oh, why do you keep doing these videos? I don't like them. Don't watch them. It's clear in the title. You know, look, I don't clickbait people. The title is exactly, if it says mailbag, you're going to get 40 minutes of me opening my bloody mail. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Just stick around. You know, it takes you, you know, half a second for that to pop up in your email feed and go, oh, mailbag, don't like it, delete. Or teardowns, delete, don't like it. Or, you know, whatever you signed up for. Only watch those. I mean, you know, I can't split my content up into second channels. It'd be silly. It wouldn't work. It's impractical. So So yeah, I don't understand why people are, refusing to watch Thunderfoot. Used to like his science stuff, and they're refusing to watch him because he's now making feminism videos or like. Why? Why would you stop watching somebody whose content you like is still making the same excellent science content and other stuff and other debunking content, and you choose to not watch him anymore because you got your knickers in a knot because he's doing something you don't like or don't agree with? God, you can have two schools of thought on a person. You can like hate what they do yet like them as a person, and vice versa. Like you can. Yeah, it's just, I don't get it. Thanks for not contributing to YouTube bullshit. In what way? I don't know. If I wasn't doing a electronics channel, I'd probably be doing debunking or atheism channel or something like that. I don't know. Politics, no, maybe not. The Amprobe 140A, I can't remember the model off the top of my head. Sorry, I think it's all right. Just search the EEVblog forum. There'll be somebody who's reviewed it. Have I seen the new miniseries Mars? No, I have not. But if it involves Mars, I'm going to watch it. Thoughts on Altium versus Mentor graphics? I would just go for Altium. Although I haven't, that's probably not fair. I haven't looked at Mentor graphics for a long time. But Altium is just so much more popular in industry. If you want a job, Altium's the best thing to have on your resume. Mentor graphics might tick a few boxes at a couple of companies, but having Altium on your resume is going to be much more valuable than having Mentor graphics on your resume, let me tell you. So, yeah, Jeff, you're not refusing to watch him, good, but there's many people who refuse to watch him. Dave for president. What do I think of Great Scott's videos? They're interesting, they're good, they're well produced. I think he's just passed me in terms of subscribers or something like that. And I think he's getting more views per day because he caters to a different market. I mean, it's really interesting, and like I think his content's good. It's very well produced. And it ticks all the YouTube boxes, right? He's obviously gone through the YouTube playbook. There is actually a YouTube playbook. You can Google it. And tick the boxes of exactly how to appeal to the most number of people. Your videos are like 7 minutes long tops. They, have an intro or whatever. I'm not sure. But, and then the voiceover, it's nicely paced and everything else. It's well shot. It's concise. It's not rambling on. It's sort of like, I think he maybe scripts them or something like that. And then, I'm not sure if he completely scripts it. But, yeah, he does like mostly voiceover stuff, post-production stuff. And things like that, and he reaches it, and hacks and things like that, and reaches an entirely different audience to what I'm targeting. So yeah, but they're not like, I'm not going to say I don't, I like them. They're very well produced, but they're not for me. But I can understand why it appeals to a lot of people, and he's going to be very popular, and he's going to continue to be very popular, probably more, well, I think he's already more popular than me in terms of subscribers. But the problem with that is that you're appealing to a more, not niche market, because it's a bigger market than what I've got, than what I'm appealing to, but it's narrow in what you can do with the channel. So if you build up your channel doing highly polished voiceover videos, 7 minutes long, that are all hacks and all blowing, turning a microwave, cool one, turning a microwave into a welder or whatever, all that sort of stuff, then you have to keep producing that. You can't branch out into anything different. Otherwise, that's not what your subscribers signed up for. And that's the problem with a narrow focus channel like that. You can be extremely popular And that's great, you know, you make a full-time business out of that. Beauty, you know. But I like the way I've set up my channel in that I've built an audience over a much longer time that on much more varied content. So, you know, I can go do a 40, 50-minute tutorial and people are going to think it's great. Like, I think Great Scott's done a video on, he's done a tutorial on op amps, right? And it's like 5 minutes long? I may be thinking of somebody else, but somebody's done a tutorial on like op amps and 5 minutes long. And it's like, you can't teach anything in 5 minutes, you know. It's like, but it'll get a lot of views and it'll get, you know, people, oh, thanks, this was the greatest thing ever. And it's like, yeah, okay, you know, like, but you only got 5 minutes worth of educational material, and it's fine if you split it up and do 10 different parts, but, you know, if that's all you're going to do, whereas I did when I did my op amp one, for example, op amp's a good example because there's so much involved in them, and mine was like 40 plus minutes long, and I covered like 10 times as much stuff. So, you know, yeah, it's interesting because if you build your audience up expecting nice, short, sharp, concise videos, they're going to be pissed off if you suddenly upload a 20-minute video, or you upload an interview, or you go do something else, or you try to do something different. Your audience doesn't take it nearly as well. So, yeah, no, I think his videos are good. But it appeals to a different market to a lot of the other ones that, you know, myself, you know, Signal Path, you know, and others. Yeah, Martin Lawton, but he's sort of giving up the game, sadly, because he was the only other full-time engineering blogger. And, you know, ones like that, long-form content ones. So it's a different market, and it is a much bigger market, granted. So, yeah, it's not necessarily the market I want to chase, but he's doing really well there, so good on him. I don't know where he was getting linked, but yeah, his growth was like over like a month or something. He gained like 100,000 subscribers in a month at one point or something. It was really amazing. So he's obviously getting linked on blogs and other things somewhere, forums or whatever. So yeah, good on him. I like his accent. His accent's cool. I think a lot of his success is the accent. I would not underestimate the value of that accent. So, hey, what's happened? I don't know. Sorry. 470 people still watching. No, I thought it had frozen. No, I just went to look at the feed, and it's frozen. Yeah, I mentioned. Yes, I am a nukes nerd. Yes, I am into nukes and history of atomic and history of nuclear weapons and stuff like that. I'm well read in that area, and yes, I'm very well read. So I've read like 20 books in that field of nuclear history. It's fascinating. It's fascinating stuff. How much did I earn in my previous jobs? Oh, I was, over 100,000. A good engineer in Australia can earn over 100,000. Yeah, some channels mix short and long videos. Yeah, I don't think Great Scott's done many long ones. I think he likes to keep them short and sharp. And there's a lot to be said for that. The same audience. That's the reason why I think we're about the same number of subscribers. He just passed me or something. I don't know. But like, say 400,000 subscribers. I'll get each new video I upload, I'll get maybe a quarter of my audience watch. So like 50,000. No, yeah, like a good video. A good video might get 100,000 views. So I'll get like a quarter, maybe 25% of my subscribers will watch. Whereas a channel that's more focused on its content and delivers the same amount and exactly the same content in the same format every time, it satisfies a larger number of subscribers. So, if he's got 400,000, maybe, you know, each video of his will get 200,000 views because half of his subscriber base will watch it, whereas only 20% or a quarter of my subscriber base will watch it, because I, as I said, built my channel over a much bigger, doing a bigger mix of stuff, so yeah, and it's just so many people subscribe, but everyone subscribes for a different reason for my channel. Whereas if you've subscribed to, say, Great Scott or Afrotech Mods, for example, I think Great Scott built his channel like Afrotech Mods channel. I think he copied the style and kind of format there, and narrow, same focus content every time. Or the science YouTubers, I like a lot of the science YouTubers out there, and they give you the same content, highly polished every time, same length and everything else. And yeah, I've just built it on a more eclectic mix of content, which I like. It means I can do anything. I'm not pressured into, doing one particular style of video every time. So I just like having that flexibility, which I wouldn't get. But then again, I'm destined never to have as big an audience as those. It's just the trade-off, but that's fine. Aren't you missing a resistor on between pin 12 of NX2 and pin 14 of U11? Huh? Pin 14 of U11. Oh, yeah, you're right. Thanks. Yeah, decimal point. Yeah, you're right. I am missing a resistor. There you go. I am missing a resistor. Thank you very much. Done. Save. Cool. Thank you, whoever that was. Yep. Eugene spotted that. Someone always spots something. I'm always amazed. Every one. I guarantee you, every one of my videos has got an error in it, and usually people will. No, I sold my Keithley 215. Do I listen to the Bee Gees at Akadaka? Yeah, I do. I'm a 70s and 80s tragic. None of this newfangled music rubbish. I think if it came after the 80s, I probably don't like it. Yeah, photonic induction is cool. I'm so glad he came back. So glad he came back after he gave it all up and did a photonic induction, as it's called in the industry now. It's got a term. That's the term when you just quit YouTube. You have a big audience and you just quit. You just go, I've had enough. And he removed all his videos. The video is dropping. Oh yeah, probably. No, I haven't done LabVIEW for FPGA. So when's the next Batterizer video? We're desperately waiting on Batterizers. If you're following the forum thread, it's gone ballistic in the last couple of weeks. Because there's one guy in Australia who's got them, and he's not giving them to me. He won't sell them to me. He won't give them to me. I offered to donate money to charity if he sent me a couple. No. So, not going to happen. Yeah, anyway, it's real interesting what's happening with Batterizer at the moment. They've claimed it was shipped like, thousands of them, thousands. And a couple of people have got them, are reporting that they've got them. Oh, who's my favourite YouTuber? I don't know. I like Thunderfoot. I always get a big kick when Thunderfoot uploads a new video, but I'm not going to say favourite. It's different genres and stuff. I follow lots of science YouTubers and some atheist YouTubers and of course in the electronics YouTubers as well. I tend to not follow many outside that space. So like you know, actually Chris, I was talking to Chris the other day after the AMP hour, and or he messaged me or whatever and said, oh, he pointed out VidCon. VidCon is coming to Melbourne next year, 2017. The VidCon, the big YouTube video thing, and he said, you know, like, yeah, and like, am I going? Probably not, because I don't know. It's not my scene. I don't. You could rattle off the top 100 YouTube channels, and I would not know them, unless they were a toy channel. Because Sagan watches, used to. We've weaned him off YouTube now because he would get fixated with YouTube. So, but I wouldn't know any of them. I don't follow any, you know, ones outside, you know, of tech, engineering, science, you know, a bit of, you know, debunking atheism type stuff. Outside of that, I don't really watch much YouTube. Like, it's, yeah, I don't. So all the top YouTubers out there who do generic stuff and or whatever, I wouldn't know them if they sat on me. Wouldn't know them. How do I deal with attacking comments? Lol, his voice is funny. I either ignore them or laugh at them. You know, it's like I said before, one of the joys of YouTube is being able to block people. And, you know, you have to say something pretty darn bad for me to block you. You know, it's like, yeah, it has to be something, you know, you'd have to really go off your head. But if you just, like, you know, I invite criticism. I invite it. And I like it. And I read it all. And probably to my detriment. But yeah, I just like laugh at it. If you don't, you cannot survive as a YouTuber. You cannot survive if you take the comments seriously. You can't. You'll go insane. You'll just, you know, you just won't be able to do it. I guarantee it. Advice for working in a startup, less than 10 people. Good luck. Odds are it's going to fail. Probably. Just sheer statistics. I mean, you know. I look older than usual. Thank you very much. It's probably the lighting. I'm old. I've been doing this for 7.5 years now. I was pretty young looking when I started. Oh, goodness. Anyway. Techmoan, yeah. Yeah, I like some of Techmoan's stuff. I can't possibly watch all the YouTube channels I subscribe to. I don't, you know. So I subscribe to a lot, but in terms of getting updates and stuff and actually watching them. Yep. Good night, Dave. I'm a compulsive yawner. It's like, yeah, like it's 1 o'clock. I can't, I'll be here all day. I'll just keep going all day. And I won't get this video done. Because I kind of work Saturdays now because I take Huxley on Tuesdays, so I'm full-time daycare on Tuesdays because the wife's gone back to work. So I take Huxley 1 day a week, and so as compensation I get to do some stuff on Saturday now. So we have less family time now, which is not good. But yeah, I can't just drop a day. I couldn't have dropped a whole day with her going back to work and kept up. You know, I can't keep up with the number of videos that I want to do now. Do I get much money from my products that I've developed and sold under the EEVblog brand? Was licensing the product expensive? At the moment, I'm only rebadging the EEVblog meter. I've got my custom multimeter, which I've just got the prototype. I think the hardware's probably finished now, so that's been working on forever. If you're a supporter on the forum, you'd already have seen it, seen a good lot of that, and been involved in a lot of the design of that over the last year or something. So that's coming up. But I think I'm about to rebadge another product that's just come out. So hopefully, yeah, I'll get that. I think I can make some money on that. It's a trade-off of having something that not everyone is selling. That's a new product just coming on the market. And not many distributors, not many people are selling, or they're selling at such a high price that I can come in and rebadge it EEVblog and make money, stuff like that. So yeah, there's another product I want to add there. And no, it's not expensive. You don't really license it. Like the BM235 from Bryman, I originally wanted to do the 257 multimeter, which has been out for years and years. I wanted to rebadge that. And they said no, because we've already got an official Australian distributor and they're very loyal to their distributors, so they didn't want me undercutting their market or whatever, and that's fair enough. But they said, hey, we're developing this new one, the BM235. Do you want an exclusive Australian to become the exclusive Australian distributor for that one? Yay, beauty. So I helped. I was involved in a little way with the development of that, not in a huge way, but that took like a year and a half or something. And I finally rebadged it. No, it's not expensive. They don't. There's no licensing fee or anything like that. There's a bit of tooling charge in terms of like, changing the, getting the box changed, changing the label and everything else on there and stuff like that. But the tooling charges are really cheap, like seriously cheap. Anyone could, like, hundreds of dollars tops, kind of thing for tooling. So if you want to get stuff changed, silkscreen and stuff changed. And no, it's not expensive at all. And they give me a really good bulk discount, but I buy 600 at a time. I buy 600 multimeters at a time. So, yeah, it's a serious commitment. I took a risk on that up front. I think I ordered 600 at the time. But the reasoning, it was pretty, in my opinion, it was pretty low risk because, hey, I could not lose money. At the price I'm buying it at, if I went and sold it at cost price, so like say it didn't sell, say nobody wanted an EEVblog multimeter and I've got 600 multimeters sitting here, I could whack them on eBay for the cost price plus the eBay fee, so I could get my money back at any time and they'd sell like hotcakes. It'd be so cheap, everyone would buy it, guaranteed. So it's a pretty low risk kind of thing. But you've got to find a product with that sort of margin that's not being sold everywhere as well. Bryman are terrible at their marketing. So they're awful. Like being able to buy Bryman stuff here is ridiculous, or anywhere, or a lot of other countries is just ridiculous. So yeah, I realised that, and I thought that that would be good, and that's been selling really well. I'm up to a couple of thousand now, I think. I've got another 600. I've got a whole bunch of boxes here, sending more to Amazon, and I've got another 600 on the way in a couple of weeks. And yeah, it's going great. The new product is more expensive. It's much more expensive to buy, much more expensive than the multimeter that I'm going to rebadge. And yeah, I'm going to buy 100 up front of that. But once again, I think it's pretty low risk, because if I sell them at cost price, I think I have no risk of making my money back. But it impacts your cash flow and stuff like that. So you've got to pony up the money beforehand, and yeah, so you've got to have your business has to have a good flat cash flow to be able to do this sort of thing. So I've managed it well in that respect. Oh boy. What do we got? Do I watch Tested.com YouTube videos? Yeah, I like the Adam Savage stuff. Yeah, on Tested. Yeah, he's the real deal. I love that. Yep. So yes, the EEVblog, the Bryman BM235 has been a real winner. That brings in quite substantial income, and it's good. And the microcurrents are still selling, and yep. Yes, my hair is black. Yeah, light. Yeah, because I've got sun coming through the window here, and yep. Yes, my hair is black. Yep. and grey. It wasn't grey when I started this blog, so that's the stress I'm under. Hey, Tesla, you've been watching since you were 10. So does that mean you're 17 now? You could be 17. Awesome. Yeah, I can get 400 custom printed notepads for $240 from AliExpress. Yeah, it's cheap, but then you've got to ship them and stuff. It's not... Paper's heavy. Paper is heavy. What kind of watch is that? It's a... no, it's not a Garmin. It's a Timex Expedition. It's one of these, you know, shock ones. I'm not sure if that's going to focus. Yeah, Timex Expedition watch. So I wear that canyoning and adventure obstacle racing and stuff like that. Gym, everything else. I like it because I've got a pretty small wrist, so I can't wear big watches. But this one, because it's longer, it's a big watch, but it's long, it's not wide. So it, yeah, I like it. It's good. Could I do a series of videos making do-it-yourself oscilloscope? Oh, don't know about that. It's pretty involved. I don't know about NI Multisim. Sorry, I don't know. Update on the multimeter project. I just gave it, didn't I? Yes, I just gave it. There were a few issues. They sent me yet another hardware. I've got like half a dozen hardware prototypes. They're really good, this company at spinning hardware prototypes. Almost too quick. It's like sometimes I want to email them, go, don't send me another prototype. There might be more issues. They'll just respin the prototype, send me another one. Bloody amazing. The rate they can, it's unbelievable. And it's not like, it looks like the finished product. They respin the board, they respin the silk screen on the case and everything else, and they, wow. They're almost too quick to sell, selling GW Instack oscilloscopes. No, it's not a scope. No, I don't do much geocaching anymore, sadly. I'll do more. Sagan likes it. So I want to do more with Sagan. School holiday starts soon, so yeah. I've already done the giveaway, Tamboy. You missed it. It was like 2 hours ago. How do I pump myself? Hey Dave, would be great to watch you on a TED talk. Yeah, what would I talk about? I've done an Ignite talk, which is a 5-minute flash, speed talk, and that's on my second channel. So search for EEVblog Ignite, whatever. How to make a living on YouTube or die trying, it's called. How do I pump myself up to look so animated in your videos? Cocaine? That's the one thing I could never do. Look so excited on cue. It's just me. I'm excited. I get excited about the stuff I talk about. I'm not putting it on. It's it's me. If you've ever met me, I get excited about stuff I'm passionate about. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. I might be putting on a bit of a show when the camera goes on, maybe, but the enthusiasm is genuine. Yep. I just like the stuff. I get enthusiastic about stuff I'm passionate about. Whew. Yep, it's 3rd of December here. It's 1 p.m. on the 3rd of December here. We do live in the future here in Australia. Do I have any issues with YouTube chat like Rossman has? No, it seems to be working for me. But it doesn't do threaded stuff. Like, it's a pain in the ass. But apart from that, apart from it being sucky, I have no thoughts on Mike's electric stuff. Why, Mike's a buddy of mine. I like his stuff. Said that a million times. Although, like a lot of other people watching his channel, I wish he'd frame things better. You know, like pay more attention to framing. Sometimes he's talking and things half off camera. You know, but it's his style. You know, so it's cool. You know, it doesn't matter. It's just a thing. Because I like to take care in my framing. I set shots up and I frame them. Properly, and yeah, it. Kind of bugs me if people don't frame things properly. Mike does that. He just waves them around and yep. So that'd be nice if he did that. But no, his content's awesome. How did my profile pic come about? The one with the hand, that was at Surcell at the time. I don't know. The company went through 4 name changes anyway. Surcell. Yeah, it was Surcell because in the photo, the original photo, you can download the high res one, I think, from my Flickr account or something. I was working in underwater. The project I was working on there was an underwater ocean bottom thing, and I was trying to debug that. And I've probably talked about a story debugging that. It was really tricky. And it took a photo. And no, don't take a photo. It's like, and hand up, and it just, it was just a good shot. And I was looking through for photos that I could use on my channel when I started up, and I went, oh, that's cool. I kind of like that one with the hand up, taking the shot, going, no, and it stuck, and it kind of became my logo kind of thing. I don't really have a logo-y kind of thing, but kind of is. Any special projects I want to do for 2017? There's lots I wanted to do for 2016 and they didn't happen. I wanted to, not so much projects, there's a few projects I want to do, but I want to do more on-site shooting stuff. And I'm going to start arranging those very shortly. Hopefully I can shoot them in December. And I've got a really cool one. I met a really cool guy who's making something really cool, and it's going to be a good video. I just got to tee it up with him, and I'll go to his place and shoot it. And it involves space. And it's very cool. So I want to do that. There's lots of stuff that I've got several. I've teed up in the past, but had to cancel for various reasons. I need to reschedule them. Various other places that have agreed to show me around and do stuff. So yeah, I want to do more of that. I'd love to get into more of outside the lab more. But it's a matter of shooting on site is hard. I might maybe try and hire someone to help out there perhaps and do more of that, because trying to shoot on it, it's something I don't look forward to. I don't look forward to going out on site or to shows and stuff and shooting video. It's so much work involved. Yep. High speed stuff videos. Oh yeah, maybe. I want to get more into PCB stuff again. So yeah. Oof. Yeah, I want to do more stuff. Like, get out of the lab. It's like, yep. No plans to visit the US. What car do I drive daily? I'm cycling a lot to work now, so unless I'm taking Sagan to school or picking him up or I've got Huxley for the day, on Tuesdays I generally ride my bike, as in bicycle, not a motorbike, bicycle to work, to the lab and the gym. So yep, getting back into that. It's all part of my knee rehab and stuff like that. But no, I've got a little Toyota Corolla, just a little daggy Toyota Corolla. Yeah, Blackmagic Design, Mike. I've asked about that. Well, I haven't asked them directly. I do have the contact of the head, the founder there. But I've been advised that they are extremely paranoid about their technology and people seeing stuff. So I've been advised, haven't asked them directly, but I have been advised by somebody who knows about this sort of stuff that they, yes, probably will not accept. They'll talk about it. They'll probably, you know, I could probably interview the founder and stuff like that. That's fine. But as far as, you know, going into the inner sanctum and shooting stuff, yeah, I think I'd get turned down. I believe I've been told I would. I've been told they wouldn't do it. So, but I have not asked them directly though. Granted. Yep. Have I thought about a high altitude balloon project? I thought about doing a micro satellite because you can get them for 10 grand, 8 or 10 grand or something, including launch cost from, I forget the company name. But they haven't launched anything yet. So they're taking everyone's money and they'll send you a kit of all, you know, you can build your own satellite, you know, micro thingy, whatever it's called, CubeSat or whatever. But it's a TubeSat because it comes in a tube instead of a cube. Anyway, yeah, for like 8 or 10 grand. So I thought, you know, maybe I could like either pony up that money myself, which is a lot, but I could, you know, potentially do that, or do like a crowdfunding and get, you know, buy the kit and then build a satellite, and then, but it'd probably never be launched. Like, I don't like their odds of them actually launching stuff. They've been taking people's money for these kits for years, and they've sold thousands of these kits, and they haven't launched anything. So, how much can I bench? Not a huge amount. I'm not into heavy weights. I'm into weight endurance training. So, yeah. But I can bench, not bench. I can bench, you know, 40 kilos for 5 minutes continuous, for example. You know, however many hundreds of reps that is. But yeah, no, I have not trained for heavy weight. I don't do heavy weight training. So I actually couldn't tell you how much I can bench, because it's a different style of training, you know. So, okay. No, I haven't been to Richland, Washington. I've been to Washington, D.C., but I haven't been to Richland. Any opinion on crop circles? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Crop circles. Come on. Like, are you serious? You do know they're fake, right? Please tell me you know they're fake. Unbelievable. Ugh. No, I hate Internet of Things, whoever said that. Yeah, my knee's doing good. Thank you very much, Sven. It's I've got back into, I can do jumping now and stuff like that. I still can't do twisting, so I'm not back boxing, doing the boxing class, which I used to love, and, you know, and other, you know, kick in and stuff like that. I can't do that yet, but I can, you know, I can jump onto things and off things, if I'm, you know, careful how I land. You know, I just, another couple of months before I could probably really do serious stuff again. But no, I've been canyoning. I could go do my obstacle racing and stuff still if I'm careful. But yeah, it's good. It's the hamstring. That's the problem. Tearing the hamstring. The knee's pretty good. The actual ACL is good. Have I ever worked at Pine Gap? Yes. But if I told you anything about it, I'd have to kill you. No, I haven't. I haven't worked at Pine Gap. Oh. Thoughts on Lewis Rossman? I like Lewis. Lewis makes good stuff. I like opinionated people. People who, no bullshit. People who tell it like it is. A big respect for people who tell it like... That's why I like Thunderfoot. That's why I like Lewis Rossman. They tell it like it is. And they're not afraid to, offend people. It's like... It's great. Oof. Oh, come on. Give me a break, Matsy. Matsy Strawberry, not believing in crop circles, but the SETI project, I see. What the frig does that mean? Like, crop circles are demonstrable bullshit. SETI is the search for a signal from, just based on sheer statistics, there must be other intelligent life out there. How many and how far away and all that sort of stuff, is open to debate. There's got to be something out there. And SETI is money and time well spent. To not search for it would be a travesty to the human race. It really would. To not do everything we can do to at least listen for stuff, to see if there's anything out there. To even put the two in the same sentence it's nuts. It's 1:17 p.m. here, and I better go, because otherwise I'll piss away the day, and I won't get anything done. I'll go home and complain to the wife again that I pissed away a day and didn't produce any... Lewis Rossman is my second favourite atheist. I didn't know he was an atheist, but that doesn't surprise me. EEVblog is first. Thunderfoot could be third or so. Okay, cool. Doesn't surprise me, Lewis. I haven't heard him talk about that sort of... haven't heard him talk about religion or anything else, but that doesn't surprise me. He's a level-headed guy. No bullshit guy. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Oh, favourite Thunderfoot video? I don't know. I love the, why do people laugh at creationist series, but, the one he did on the... just his experiment where he, that sodium, what is it? So the sodium, he wrote the paper on the ground, the world, groundbreaking paper he wrote on sodium and stuff like that. It's due to the electrical charges making it instead of the chemistry behind it. Anyway, yeah, that just, wasn't his most well-produced video, but it was just the fact that he got this, groundbreaking science experiment. He started it on YouTube and he got it published, and now it changed everyone's view in the science community of how this sodium reaction worked. I think it was the sodium thing, sodium and water or whatever, how they explode and interact, and he completely turned that on its head, and it was brilliant insight. Atheism is stupid. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go. This is ridiculous, guys. I can't stay here all day. Yep, it's nice outside, but I gotta make content, don't I? So I'll go finish this project in the background, and I've just got to do the Wi-Fi thing, and a little Wi-Fi module, and then I'll make a video on that. So I'll probably do a video just talking about this, selecting this new chip, just laying out the schematic. I did a quick second channel video on that, which I just captured some footage at the time. It's the only footage I've got. I just released that on the second channel. So add the Wi-Fi in there, do that as the second part 3 video, and then part 4 will probably be the PCB layout. And then part 5 might be getting the board back and building it, and debugging it if required. And the 6th one, I guess, would be showing you my final application. I guess actually programming the thing and installing it, doing my installation. So yeah, that's the plan. So not getting many views. I think the part 2 didn't get many views. I'm not sure if it's YouTube count lag or whatever, but anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, bugger off and do something. Yeah, I probably agree that Electron Ash, that they don't deserve the airtime. I know, yeah, I know, but I can understand why he's doing it. I think it's important that they need to be shot down in flames. So, anyway, yeah. Anyway, yep, I'm going, guys. I got to go do some real work. So, thanks for joining me. What's this been? I don't know how long this been. I got no idea. Anyway, thanks, and congratulations to the winners. Chris Layson, Macbeth, Zucker, and PM Kuto, who won the Altium Designer, and a Rydog whose name came out, but I'm sure we can find him something as a token consolation prize. Anyway, catch you next time.